So recently there was a bit of a rumor that sparked interest around the COD community that honestly, if it turned out to be true, would have been huge. But while the initial rumor ended up falling to the side, the general idea still is very much in play, and one that could bring players back to some classic COD experiences. Today I want to take a bit of time to discuss what might happen in the near future that will allow you to play some of your favorite CODs of old again. Drop your thoughts as we go along, drop a like if you enjoy the video, and make sure to subscribe for more Black Ops 6, COD, and other FPS coverage. I'd love to have in the community, but for now, let's get into it. So what sparked this sort of rumor and this interest was that recently Modern Warfare 2 from 2009 and Modern Warfare 3 from 2011 recently were added to the Microsoft Store for PC and PC's Xbox app. So why is this any sort of revelation? Well, yes, they were on PC before with Steam and have been for years. The introduction of these on the Microsoft Store is what was brand new. They were not listed there before a few days ago. So for many, this was like oh, this has to be something coming, right? Like there's gotta be a reason why they're putting this on their storefronts now. And for a little while, there was actually this air of anticipation that something might get announced, but what? Now, the first of the outcomes was the largest of the rumors, Game Pass. That this was the leading theory people jumped on, and it would make sense that if it were to be the case, adding more to boost that staying power of your newly acquired IP this past year for Microsoft after the first big initial launch of Black Ops 6 is out of the way. Like, especially with the launch numbers of Black Ops 6, it really seemed to be the case that that's why they would do this, because Black Ops 6 did pay off in a large way, boosting Game Pass numbers. They confirmed that Black Ops 6 generated the most Game Pass subscriber ads ever seen on a launch day for the entirety of the lifespan of Game Pass. Black Ops 6 did that. So imagine you start doing that when you roll out classic games that are, again, playable. So seeing Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3, those classics, on the Microsoft PC Store, that's kind of what stemmed this sort of rumor that we'd see, oh, maybe they're coming to Game Pass. But on the other hand, maybe it was just another way to simply put it out there for players to play on PC. Like, if this is the case, the nice part is that it should be on Microsoft servers, now matching you with other players outside of the Steam servers, which that's the ones that apparently are unsafe. If you remember a few months back, Microsoft cleaned up the security protocols for old Call of Duty titles, and it was one of those weird things that was only for Xbox and the Microsoft servers. So PlayStation 3 and Steam versions were still heavily modded and honestly not great for network and account security. But okay, that seems to be the one of two different reasons here that this could have been added. If it was Game Pass though, when would we be able to expect that? The big theory immediately after this, everyone thought that this was in association with the Game Awards. That was a valid theory at the time. Listings like this kind of stuff are usually associated with a type of an announcement that listing these any sooner wouldn't happen. It just allows enough time for those pages to be ready, and then boom, an announcement, everything's live, and then everybody can jump into it. That was the initial theory once these were listed on the PC and Microsoft stores. It's still possible, absolutely, but in terms of the timing for the Game Awards, well, obviously, nothing happened. We didn't see anything announced with the Game Awards, and in the future for any expos or conventions like that, I mean, you have the Taipei Game Show in January, late January, the biggest of those in the sort of first month or so, GDC in March, and then nothing major for a little while. The Xbox Dev Direct could be in Q1 sometime, perhaps the Xbox Showcase in June if they do it like last year, but nothing else major that would announce it as a sort of, hey, it's coming to Game Pass, we're using this showcase as a platform to announce that, make sure you tune in, then start playing the game. But if it is a Game Pass thing, I also don't know that I'd expect it for a little while at least, because while it may seem like everyone's tailing off of Black Ops 6 already, business-wise, it's still the prime support window for that game, and marketing other intra-franchise events and items are no-go. They wouldn't do that still. Earliest that I'd say the window of opportunity would be mid-February, after that Season 2 launch, but also before Verdansk returns in March or April, and of course, well before what could be a COD 2025 reveal. Now, whether or not that actually happens, who knows? Could also be something that later, pending on when they market and decide to reveal COD 2025, that could dictate when we see this being introduced onto Game Pass, if at all. Like if they want to go with the conventional reveals, we see things start to happen in June and then doled out through the rest of the summer. Or if they do it like in years prior with the Warzone reveals and such, then we'd see things kind of like all condensed in nature but revealed later on in the year. Basically playing one or the other where that window could take effect. But one thing that I also wouldn't be surprised by is if they started to roll these out in a progressive style, not all at once. So like maybe what we see right now with Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 completes this sort of Modern Warfare trilogy in listings and what they bring to Game Pass, bringing classic Black Ops games and classic Modern Warfare games in sort of bundles or perhaps even individually. When you have game launches like Black Ops 6 adding the most Game Pass members in a launch day in the service's history, while yes, that's hard to match that time and time again with games that have been out there for ages, seeing these introduced at any point would absolutely boost the numbers of these services each and every time. So while you could drop them all at once and see one large spike, I mean, wouldn't it also make sense for them to drop either multiple in the Black Ops or Modern Warfare collections, or maybe even individually? So if you're Microsoft purely looking at analytics and subscriber numbers, do you really think they drop 5 to 6 classic titles all at once? I'm kind of thinking not for that exact reason. It's like COD releasing a game every single year in years like Modern Warfare 3, where realistically, it wasn't a strong year. It was something that if they wanted to take a year off, they probably could have. But when you're basically printing $1 billion every launch and then likely the same amount or more throughout the year of support, do you really think they're going to say no to at least a free, near guaranteed $1 billion? So if each one of those has that incremental boost on subscriber bases for Game Pass, I don't see them not doing that. But the ultimate reality, even if it's not Game Pass, could be they're just saving it for a rainy day. That this listing is nothing more than that. A listing for another storefront of old. A classic game, but also paying probably more than you should for a game that's 15 years old. Microsoft may just be ending up adding these to their PC library for PC Xbox titles, getting their own little piece of the pie in terms of player numbers on their own in-house platform. Like, while all sales will eventually funnel theoretically to that Microsoft bank account, whether it be on PlayStation, Steam, or wherever the case, boosting numbers to the Xbox numbers on PC might just be something they're trying to do, and getting those classics, even if it doesn't boost it by a ton, it boosts them a little bit. So there's plenty of different ways that you go about this, but ultimately it's just a waiting game on if this is just, hey, we released it on PC, or hey, we're releasing it on Game Pass. But initially speaking, obviously we haven't seen it happen just yet. That first initial rumor of Game Pass via the Game Awards didn't happen. So whether or not this happens anytime in the near future, we'll have to wait and see. But it is curious that we're starting to see these now listed even further, that maybe that future is bright to end up playing revitalized versions of the player base for these classic games. So let me know your thoughts down below. What do you guys think here? Would you go back and end up playing these on either Xbox PC, if it's on Game Pass eventually? Would you go back and play Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2? Let me know. If you guys enjoyed the video, you found it at all insightful, do me a favor, drop a like on it. Of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Black Ops 6, Call of Duty, and other FPS content I'd love to have in the community. For now, thanks so much for watching. Mine has been Espresso. I'll see you later. Take care, and peace.